Deepti, we can't hear you.
Okay. Now you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Seems like I have talked mutiny. Okay. Did you hear what I talked about ticketing systems? I think no. No, right?
No.
No, this.
Okay. I'll start it again. Okay. What's a ticketing system? Actually, it's a program. It's a program. Let's say it's an open source. It can be an open source thing, or we can buy some enterprise system. So, in normally in universities, we are installing open source systems, softwares, and so on. So, the basic idea of a ticketing system is kind of actually help desk. Basic idea, I mean. Otherwise, we can use a ticketing system to many more things. But mainly, we are using that as a help desk. As you all know, we are using a ticketing system in Learn. So we have given you an email, so you can create an email saying what's your problem, and if there is attachments, you can, if there are attachments, you can attach them, and you can describe about problem. You can send us an email. Then what we see is like a ticket. We can see a ticket, what's the problem, and then yeah, we have to work on that, like that. So in many companies, like I think in many companies there's a support team. So what they do is they get the problems, like problem actually, let's say five problems, yeah, five problems, and they can see the problem like a ticket, right? They can problem to you, it's it's an email, but the support team is a ticket, like that. So mainly they are using for help desk mainly. So they are engaging with their ticketing system to solve customer problems. So why are they important? So let's say an institute has a problem. So let's say they have Apache problem. So they send us an email saying, hello Deepti, I have this problem and blah blah blah. So we can see a ticket here. So what we do is we work on that, then we update the ticket. Then it then the requester can see the update of the ticket, like that. It's the basic idea. I mean, before me saying actually the many of you have sent us some tickets, so they might get the idea when I say that. And okay, let's forget that. Why are they important? Actually, we have to track all the events. That's why I got the idea of that Apache problem. If you have an Apache problem, you send us the problem. Then we say, yeah, we did that. We did this. Then you have a track of the event and failures and issues. Actually, sometimes we don't have some tracks. Let's say we delete our emails and so, but in ticketing system we can't do that. Okay. And they're important to focal point of for help desk communication. Actually in some point, and not some point, actually it's the idea of a help desk for using the ticketing system, and use it to track all communications. We use that for internal and external. We actually in outsiders, they can send us the problems externally, and also sometimes we can create threats internally, and also customer complaints. If you have customer complaints, like let's say some institutes have some other complaints, they can forward us, and if they have complaints, yeah, they can create us tickets via emails, like that. So also events originating from inside, that's, let's say we created, let's say we tracked some issue, but it's not informed via what via a mail, an email, but we can create an issue from inside then. That's the idea. So where we are using ticketing systems. Okay. Normally, yeah, I said it's kind of help desk. So uh, we are using ticketing systems for network operations, workflow. Actually, many of doesn't use for workflow, but actually we can use that also for workflow and work orders. As I said, help desk and call centers, bug tracking, so and so. There are many more applications here. So this is the basic idea of tickets. As you can see, NOC tools, it's in green circle, ticketing systems, and we are using tickets. You can see we can do monitoring, data collection, accounting, and all other change control, monitoring and improvements, fix problems. Mainly we do fix problems, because mainly what we get are like problems and complaints. So also other detecting problems. So you can see user complaints and requests. They are the complaints from, they are the traffic generated from outside. So in a ticketing system, each case, when you are say, let's say you say an email saying hi, yeah, then that's also a ticket in a ticketing system. So actually, don't say hi for ticketing systems. Um each case is considered as a ticket, and also uh, it has a it has an unique ID. So if you search by, if you can, yeah, if you want to search, you can check your IDs, search for IDs. So you can't have two two IDs with same numbers. Also, everything has a timestamp, as you know, and in ticketing system, history can't be edited or deleted. Actually, it goes to a database, so you can't edit or delete. So that's why many supporting system, like many supporting teams are using ticketing systems. And each each ticket goes to a similar life cycle. That means we get a ticket. Actually, we get a, let's say, actually I am saying an issue. I am referring a issue to a ticket here. We are getting a ticket, then we reply to that, then we can change the status to open, and then we work on that. Then finally it gets solved. So then um, we change we change that complaint, we change the status of that complaint to solved, then the ticket is solved. That's the idea. So mainly the ticketing system, mainly the ticketing system we use is RT. So you can see the license and the development since like 1996. and used for incident response. We are using this system and issue tracking workflow, if issue tracking and workflow platform, and can be customized to your own to your locations and handle large scale operations. So actually, uh, to get familiar with this system, you have to spend some time with this. And advantages of this RT: it's a open source and free. Actually, there is a commercial version. You can download that. If you are going to download from their download page, someone from their support team will contact to your email. Yeah, you're going to provide there. So if you want to get the commercial version, you can contact them and do your communication and do other things to open. Actually, I think the open source version is enough for us. So actually, we are using as our ticketing system, a open source one, and it is heavily used and tested. If you want to see the community of that RT, you can just Google, then you can see how much how many people who are using the RT system. So it is very active development and flexible, and a web interface and control via emails. Actually, to control via emails, we have to configure that. And backend databases. Here we are using MySQL, and if you want to install other three, actually you can try that. And these are the main disadvantages. There might be other disadvantages, but mainly it takes time to install, because when you are installing, uh, you have to debug, like you have to troubleshoot and spend more time with troubleshooting, because sometimes it gives us errors, missing dependencies, and sometimes when configuring some other things with RT, you will have to tail your logs and search for what some solutions, and you might misconfigure some configuring some files with configurations. So you will alert have to be in alert and do the configurations. Mostly Mostly actually it happens when you are customizing your system. So it's better to have backups and install do the installation with actually do the new installation, and you will have to have backups when you are doing some customizations. And actually it will be better, because sometimes we can't find means about the human errors. So it will be better if you have a track of the changes, what you are doing, what you installed, and it will be better to have a track when you are installing. So it take it take time to get familiar with the ticketing systems. So sometimes we can't actually at once we can't we can't remember or see what we have to do here, like like configurations with web UI. So you will have to spend more time with systems when you are introducing your ticketing system to your team. So it will be better to have better to have to have some time with your systems if you install them, I mean. Okay, with what are the functions? There are several interfaces like web, CLI, emailing, and multi-user means here I am using today I am using a root, so you can make users, and actually the ones who are emailing and creating the system, creating the tickets in the system are like the guest, and authentication, authorization, and there is there's a feature like tracking, so event history and notifications. So RT users, as I said, anyone who interacts with RT is a user. So I think you can get the idea of a user, like if you are sending me an email, then you are a user. And the root, who has the all administrative privileges, and user I mean staff means the user we are creating, and normal users, and nobody. There's something called nobody. That means no one is owning a ticket. Owning means okay. Let's see that feature later. So groups. There are groups I think many of you have experience in Linux. So there are groups there are groups, so uh, we can assign control privileges to users, groups, and then it's easy to assign privileges to users using groups. Like I think you got the idea. So likewise, different users have different privileges levels. So groups are user defined, and you can use for ACL, control levels. So easy to approach, creating groups, and then we can assign the users to groups. Then we can assign privileges to groups. So it will be better to assign privileges to groups than assigning privileges to users one by one. So uh, let roles per ticket. There are these roles like a requester, requester means who are sending the mail. Then CC, admin. CC means managing, who can comment and see the issue there, and the ticket owner. And also per queue, there is a CC and admin. CC. Okay, RT people. CC, who gets copies of all. Like when we are sending an email, like I told you that uh, I am referring ticket as an email. Yeah. Who gets, if you are sending an email, then normally we do we do the CC thing. So the CC means who gets copies, the same idea. And actually it can be between staff and requester, so they can see the communication. But actually, and normally they don't act on the ticket. So we say that they have no privileges to perform on actions perform actions on the tickets. And also admin CC, who gets copies of responses as well, means internal communication. Because sometimes we get, let's say you send us an email, then we do something internally, so you can't see what we are doing internally. So so that admin CC people can see that also. Okay, ACLs like control levels, user based, that can be user based, group based, and role based. And updates. Updates means when we are updating the ticket, like updating ticket means mainly what mainly do is reply. Let's say we are replying the ticket. What replying the ticket means we write the reply, then we update the ticket. When we are updating that request against the uh, request against the mail, what we wrote there. So that's the basic updating thing. Updates and transactions are tracked there in the ticketing systems, and also communication between request and RT staff. Like you, it's like you and us. That's the idea. And ticket states is when you are creating a ticket, we see that as a new course. It's a ticket we got like it's a ticket we haven't even touched. That's a new ticket. And the status changed to open when we reply to that or work on that. If we are working on that, we can change that new to open. And also, if we, let's say we reply to that that means we work on that, then that change, that status change automatically to open. And also stalled, it means actually we do some hold like holding thing to the tickets. And also resolve means we close the ticket by resolving. So we change the ticket to resolve. We have to change the ticket to resolve, otherwise in the ticketing system we can see the tickets unless we change that the status to resolved. Also rejected means we can get spams, then we can change the status to rejected. Actually we don't need that those spams in our folders there. Also we can do the deleting thing to the tickets. But normally we don't delete the tickets normally, because uh, normally in help desk there are no tickets to delete like that thing. So however, records about the tickets stay in the system because a database is connected to the RT. So that's why it's remaining in the ticket. So if you want to get rid of that, you have to delete that those informations from your database. So queues. Actually, we are using queues to grouping the tickets. Let's say you are sending a complaint. Yeah. Then there are some people who can work on that and resolve that. Because resolve that. Then let's say they are level one. They are in level one and level two and level three, so and so. So we can do the grouping. If level one people can't solve your issue, then they can escalate the problem to the upper level, like that idea. And separate business logic, and also separate ACL. Level 1 people can't have might not have level 2 privileges. Level 2 people might not have the privileges of level 3, like that. And also separate notifications. There are some levels we don't get some notifications like that. And also you can do problem uh, classifications. it's up to you to do the classifications in your systems. Like you can do group in the queues, like services, uh, to get the complaints about DNS, IP addresses, and other things. Also security, like abuse reports and attack reports and some scan reports like that, and also systems and networking, and also all are grouping into help desk, but also for help desk. And RT components, these are main components. Otherwise there are so many components in RT, you will have to get familiar with your system uh, after you install that. Mainly the components of RT, like ticket creation and assign a user for the ticket, and assign interested people like managers, might be support team, and also maintaining change history. Also initiate activities on status or priorities. You can change the priorities. Let's say there is a ticket, it needs high priority than others, so you can change the priority to high or medium or low. Also you can do that there. Also mail get. Actually, if you want to get the mails, like mainly you will have to configure mailgate. Otherwise you won't get the emails which are sent to the email. Let's say, actually we have knock at learn.ac.lk, so we get the emails into our system when you send the complaints to that email. So we have to feed that manually, like that kind of thing. So you will have to configure your mail system, mail configurations to feed your emails into the system. So we'll have to configure your mailgate. So these are the requirements. Actually I have installed the system in Ubuntu machine, and here you will have to have Perl database, like I have used MySQL and web server. For testing purposes you won't, actually you will not means you won't have to have a web server to test on only for testing purposes. Otherwise to enterprise, like to enterprise, I mean institutional level, you will have to have some web server. It's better to use Apache and or Nginx. It's your preference, and you will have to enable these modules. Otherwise it won't be you won't be able to do the redirecting thing. uh, Redirecting means access your web UI. So let's go to installation manual. And do you have, I think you have any like Ubuntu installed machines. Can I know? Let me share your pool. uh, okay, wait. Yes, and no. Okay. Hmm. Okay, seems like few people doesn't have, yeah, few of you don't have a machine. Okay, it's okay. Seems like half doesn't have. Okay, it's okay. Uh, it's okay. Let me share my screen. Uh, I'm ending this code. I am sharing you. Now I am sharing you the manual. It's okay. It's okay not to have a Ubuntu machine now. I mean now, but you will have to install this and send me a screenshot at the end. I will tell you what to send me like to my email actually. Uh, if you want to install this RT system for your institute, you better to have what like proper mail configurations and proper web configurations. So I'll I'll tell you, like, I'll talk to you. I will tell you if you want to just to what to do if you want to only to test and see what kind of system is this. So if you want to install this system for your institute, you will have to use configure web server and proper mailgate. So let's start our manual. Okay, here I have used Ubuntu 20 machine, and here I have used Apache server. And first, you will have to have a user in your Ubuntu machine who have super user access. Of course, when installing, actually you have to have one, and apt update to update your repos. And I have done here the upgrade thing also. Of course, then I know my system is the my system is kind of latest, so that's why I have done here update. If you don't want to do that updating thing, yeah, it's okay. And you will have to install these um, built-in tools. And here I have installed Apache at the beginning. If you don't want to install this, actually not don't want to, you will have to install this. But I mean in a proper way, like if you want to just test, it's not need to have a Apache server here. And here I have installed MySQL like MariaDB. And before installing RT, we will have to download the packages. So I think there were some people who had Ubuntu machines. I am so appreciated if you can install them now. So if someone can install now, please do. Then you won't have to some other time to install that later. And you will have to extract the files and then do the configurations. Here, when you do test depths, you will see many of the dependencies are missing. So to do that, you will have to install Perl MCPAN. So after installing this, the missing dependencies and all other things might install automatically. That's why. Otherwise, Otherwise, when you are going to install them one by one manually, it will be a totally messed up thing. So it's better to use this command and do the things automatically. Otherwise, if you want to if someone want to try that manually installing thing, you can try one or two things, then you will see why why in the presentation I said that installing RT is uh, kind of difficult there. And install cpan minus cos, it will help you to install the uh, missing things, and then again make fix steps. Then the installing and creating the dependency things will be done by the system automatically. So you won't have to have some you actually you will not to have some time or some other certain things for installing those. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. That's why. And make install, do the make install, it will take some time. It depends on your internet connection and your machine speed. So to me it took like 1 hour, like nearly 1 hour. So it might be more than or less than 1 hour. Other our some of our guys took like 1.5 hours. So don't be afraid if it runs for like 2 hours. It will take some time. And also then you will have to assign the you will have to assign some permissions and owning group. So after you will have to actually after at the end it will prompt like this to make initiating database. So then you will have to navigate to the directory where we extracted what we downloaded, and then do the database initialization. So then you will see um, the users and other databases. It will be created in the inside of the database. So if you want to see, you can log into your database and check the users and databases. Then you will see how they are created. And when you do initialization, you will see something like that. Then you can confirm that the things are uh, creating if you are actually engaging with that. And then you will have to change that rt site config .pm file. This is the main configuration file in this RT system. So actually in version 4, the location is not here. So this is the latest version of RT. So you will see the RT configuration file in OPT and your RT directory. And here you can change the server IP to your IP, to your Ubuntu machine IP. And also you can use your own DNS. Here I am using a local, actually I assign some name, host name to my host name in my uh, host file, then I am using that, not public DNS. So you can use IP, either your DNS, locally resolving DNS, or might be your DNS if you are using, if you are installing that for institute. And actually, if the server IP and the name or the IP we are using to access the web UI, then you will see some it's actually not a error message, like more like a warning message. So I will tell you that at the end of the at the end of the session. You will have to add these lines to add the lines to create a log file for your RT system. So it's better to use Valo. Otherwise, some people use some other places and then get confused with log file locations when we tell them to, actually when we ask them to see the logs. So it's better to use Vlogs. And here you can use any name you as you prefer. So, and also you will have to give these permissions. Otherwise, sometimes when you are configuring your web servers, then sometimes it doesn't let the RT logs to write on RT logs. So it might give you errors. So we can prevent that by assigning write permission for your files. Also, here, as I told you, for only for testing purposes, it's enough for you to have a standalone mod. But if you want to install this for your institute, standalone mode is not recommended. So for standalone mode, you will have to only execute this command, but make sure you have stopped your Apache server. If you if you have installed the Apache server, otherwise there's no other thing to run on your 80 port. Also, if you want to run on other port, you can use this port and assign your own port. This is only for testing purposes. Testing purposes means only to see what is RT and to get familiar, only for that. Otherwise, you will have to configure web server and mail gates properly. So until up to this, you can use to test. But if you want to install for your institute, I ask you to install a web server. So you have to do these configuring things as I said. And this is the module. It might be actually check this module. Check these modules in your Apache directory and check whether they are enabled or not. Otherwise, sometimes the modules are not enabled, and then we can't see, and we don't. Sometimes we have no idea what to do when we see some errors. So it's better to check whether the required modules are enabled. So please check that. And also here I have created the separate conf file for RT5. Otherwise, if you want to change the default one, change that for your RT system, like as you prefer. But please comment unwanted things. Sometimes people include both default document root path and also the path they want to include, like those kind of things. So please be careful when you are editing the things. If you want to edit something, it it's better to have a backup and then edit the file you are gonna edit. uh, then edit the Apache file at the end of the file means it's kind of middle at these lines, and then restart. Here I have enabled that my new conf file, and then disable the default one, and then I have restarted. Also, here in this system, I have installed Postfix locally. I have used Postfix locally to send mails into my RT system. It's not recommended to you to do that, because if you are testing, it's okay. If you are testing the systems, if you want to do some demo to your colleagues, it's okay. But don't use that, because it's not recommended, even in their official document. And you will have to have proper mail configurations for your RT system. Here, actually in aliases, I have used these lines. These lines, like if you send the mail to RT at blah blah blah, then it will fetch the mails to general queue. Once I told you there are queues in the system. So into the general queue, the mails in RT user, the mails will be shown in general queue. So you will have to add the aliases and run this new aliases command to reload the aliases, and then postfix reload. So to get familiar with this, I will show you my testing RT system. Okay, I think you can see my system here. This is root and password. Don't try to use log into this. This is locally resolved one. So here, let me explain you these things. Actually, let me go. Okay, it's okay. Here, this is the home page when you log into the system, newly installed system. So you won't see these kind of mails. Actually, these are my test emails. And in home page, you will see normally you won't see some level 1 support, 2 support thing. but you will see general queue there and these things. And when we point our cursor on home page, then you will see some create ticket. Then here it is, see, like when we are creating inside ticket. So when you are searching, you can do ticket search. See, recently viewed ones. And when you want to do simple search, you can do like listen queue, like update these things and do update format and search. So it's better to have some standalone mode RT system and try these out. Here you can do these things and articles, users. Here let me here see, this is a user I created for testing purposes, and groups L1 support. Yeah, I have some group called L1 support. And assets. Here assets, we are typically they are saying that the assets are used for like maintaining assets. That's their idea. You can try that out. And reports, it's all by owner. I think there won't be any reports. Let's see if there are any reports. No. You can see some bars here when you update and submit. Okay, reports. We were using this report tab and result from data range. There are no many tickets because this is my testing site. And all dashboards. I think yeah, there is some testing dashboard here, and you can create a dashboard. Let's say workshop 2. No dashboard. Okay. See, save created. So you can just do creating and selecting things. If you spend some time on this system, it will be better. It will be very easy to get familiar, but sometimes it is kind of confused. Okay, articles here. Articles you can create, search, and topics. I think I have, yeah, hello, this is about a new article. This is something I created. And assets. Yeah, general assets, you can maintain asset lists. And some, let's say someone has a laptop and they need to give us that, then you can do, actually you can come like more like a ticket, you can complain on that kind of thing. It's kind of basic idea for assets. And tools, my reminders. This is for tickets. So my dates. In other versions, there was no kind of working time there. In this, in version 5, there is some time. We can enter the time we spend to resolve that problem, kind of thing. Also, let's say admin tab. We can use we can use users for select or create group, select, create queues, fields and roles, scripts, life cycles. It's better to go through all these because even I haven't gone through some of the tabs. Some of the tabs I have gone through many tabs, and you can see and you can create and see what they are, and tools, let's see system configuration. Here you can see the configurations here. Okay. Here they are, and also edit. You can't edit many things, but you can edit some other things. These are my emails I have configured for my Mailgate, and database connections and login here. Here RT log and incoming mail gateway and outgoing mail. Actually, you can edit many of the configurations here, and also it's better to have a track of the editing, like track of your changes. Otherwise, sometimes you can't remember what you changed, so it will be better to have a track what you edited. So also in themes, I have changed the RT logo here. If this is the logo, I think you can see the changing of this logo here. So if you want to change into your logo, then you have to upload a logo and then update, and then here you can change into whatever the fancy color you want, and let me if that it is, you can do that kind of simple things here. So let me go to first page again. Okay. Here I told you that we can escalate the tickets 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 among levels. So here you can see the today mail. This is kind of mail actually this is a mail I use for testing, and let's click on the mail. No, let me click on this mail. Okay, here when we click on a mail, you can see these kind of tabs. Here in display, you can see the basic and some tabs here. This is the basic view of your email, and this is the history. And let me let me update this. I updated this ticket. Okay, update the ticket. Now you can see the history. This is the ticket someone created, okay, from learn means some user in my Ubuntu machine, local machine, and this is the mail, like this is the mail like knock at blah blah blah. That's the mail for me. This is the mail for me. Okay, and when you see the history, you can see just now while ago I updated my ticket. I updated this ticket. So in history tab, you can see the track of the ticket. So so you won't miss anything the track. Sometimes in mail, in your inbox uh, you can miss some mails, but in this system you can click on your ticket, then you can see what happened in that thread normally, like uh, yeah. And in basic step, this is the subject, they means whatever the person who sent. Now see, the status is updated to open. Here these are the things I told you: open, new, stored, resolved, and rejected. And I can escalate this ticket. Actually, if you want to get the email when you escalate in, you will have to uh, configure your mail get. That's why I told you, if you want to install this system for your institute, you will have to have proper web server and proper uh, mail gateway. Mail gateway is mail configuration. And here nobody in particular. So that means no one has taken like no one has taken the responsibility for this ticket. So if you have added some users, you will see the list of the users, then they can drop down the users and select the user and save the changes. Yeah, okay. I won't change this open thing, and you can change this priority also. Here, see, you can assign some time. Assign means you can enter the time like time estimated, then the work and left. So let's say 50, 40, and this time I have the time left update. Okay. Now see, when I go to history tab, you can see the ticket is taken here, estimated time and work time and the time left and who took the ticket. It's in the basic. And here new watches, you can modify these things if you don't want to send the mails to into their inbox. And dates, here started and last contact, and also link. This is used for, actually mainly this is used for creating like escalating, and this used for merging the tickets. Let's say Tuan is sending some Apache error, and again he is sending same error. Like same error means not same error, some other error similar to that one, similar or connect into that one. So you can merge the tickets. So to merge, you have to use the unique IDs. I told you that every ticket has a unique ID, has an unique ID. So you will have to use the other unique ID here, and then save the changes. I will have to do that to merge the tickets. Then the ticket will be shown as one. And jumbo. In jumbo, you can see all the things in one window. See, but the history, you can't see the history here, but other things and reminders. You can do the, you can assign a subject and view, let's say this one, and then and save changes. Create. So kind of thing, uh, with kind of simple assigning things, you can do many things here. And here actions. Action means this action only valid for this ticket. Today mail. Also, I mean, we did some things here. They are all valid for this today mail ticket. So actions, you can comment on that. Forward, you can forward to, or if you want to CC someone, CC and type. And if you want to forward and return means you you forward the message and return to the beginning of the ticket. And even you can add bookmarks, and also here open timers. Here that's how that's the basic thing with the ticket. So let me again go to the home page. Here pending ticket. This means you can see L1 support pending ticket number 5. That means L1 support this ticket depends on this one. If you go to this ticket, and let me go to basic and installed. Actually, I installed one. Installed. Otherwise, it will show as new. Let me show you that also. See, new one, but not resolved. Not resolved. That's why this shown as pending ticket. So let me show this. Now we have 3 tickets in L2 support. So I'm gonna this one and new. I said that new ticket, 3 new tickets. So I'm gonna change to open, and then let's go to this one. Then 1, 2, and 1 open. This one, this today mail number 5 ticket is open. That's why. Still, this is pending. It's because this L2 support ticket is not resolved. So let me change resolved. Okay. Now you can see that pending thing is disappeared here. You can't see that. So that's how that level escalating is done. If you want to you won't be able to uh, resolve the pending tickets until other tickets are resolved there, because as you saw, the ticket 4 is depends on ticket 5. So until the ticket 5 is solved, you can't resolve ticket 4, that kind of thing. So you can see dashboards here, and you can edit this content, dashboard and body, sidebar. You have to drag and drop, and let's say my assets, these things, create this also. It I my dashboard contains sidebar. Seems like the dashboard is not. Yeah, you can see this one. I have edited the workshop 2 dashboard. You can uh, you can create your dashboard and drag and drop the things you want to see there. And other things. Wait. To home page. Let me show. Actually, I think I created some. Okay. I am creating a new ticket for testing. Okay. I didn't enter any subject. I am creating a new ticket for testing. Like that, you can create new tickets. And also, there was another thing. Okay, it's okay. And also, let's say you created users. So here I have 2 users. I go to user, and then you have to change uh, their uh, their rights. Also, if you want to change the password, you have to root password, then tag their password. Also here mainly I'm talking about mainly this queue. I have created this L1 support and L2 support. And here, even if you create if you create a queue, you can't get the mails into that queue. You will have to do some assigning thing, because this is basic window of the L1 support. And here in group, right, you will have to assign these things. Actually, for general rights, I have ticked for these privileges. So you have to assign the privileges for these options. Otherwise, you won't get some emails, or it won't perform as you want, as you think. So as soon as you create the queue, go to rights, go to group rights and user rights, assign the rights for your queue. Otherwise, sometimes you won't get some tickets also. So as the actually this is what I means. I experienced that, cause when I created L1 support queue, I didn't get any mails. So I like I checked, and then the error was in this rights, because general people can't uh, create tickets. Like, create ticket means permission. There's no permission to create tickets. That's the reason. So please update the privileges, rights for queues, groups, and users. So then you will be able to receive the tickets the guest users create. Otherwise, you won't get the tickets there. Someone has asked, web server VM not connecting to internet. What did you mean by that? here the server here the server I am using, it's a public IP, but I am not using the IP here. Otherwise, other the web server is accessible through internet. I think this person is asking about standalone thing. Can you message to the chat? Standalone mode only. Standalone mode is used only for testing purposes, not for institutional level thing. So you will have to configure web server to access, because otherwise the people won't be able to access your server if the server is in your machine. Still there are there's 1 hour, 1 hour. Wait, about mail configuration. Is there any special configuration? It is actually only configuration we have to do is configuring mailgate. Up to this, you will have to do edit the configurations in license and validating actual reloading the configuration. You will have to create users and add the users, some might have privileges of root, some might have some less uh, privileges about mail. Okay. Actually, if we want to try this uh, try this locally, you can install postfix. I have linked some postfix manual there. You can see that and configure as you want to your local machine, I mean. Otherwise, it's not recommended to use that kind of setup. And this is for uh, uh, this manual is for for your basic knowledge. Okay, let me send an email there. Let me share my desktop. Okay, there's wait. Mm, okay, this is my terminal. This is my VM I am using. So here I am using a mail client. mail client to test my emails. Uh, okay, the web shop. Let's say one. Then we can see. I'm not gonna CC anyone, and here I am gonna type something. Hi, I am Deepti here. I have okay. This is the mail I sent. Mm, and here you can see. Wait. Uh, wait whether that's received or not. Let's check. Here you can see new incoming in L1 support course. I had configured some line in Aliases. I had configured to tag one at learn at blah 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 to get my mail. So when I send the mails via root, I got an email here. Here you can see, hi, I am Deepti here. I have a problem in Apache. That's the that's how Mailget works. Here someone had asked me about the mail configurations. Let me show him the mail configurations I had there. Okay. Mm, here you can see these are the configuration I used for my Mailgate. So you will have to go through this OPTRT5 directory, and it's better to get familiar uh, with the things in there. Oh, wait. Okay. Uh, Again, if there are anything, you can post or send me a message. So actually, you will have to install this. Uh, in this series, in this workshop series, we decided that to actually send the certificates who completes the assignment, because in many of the workshops we have seen that people doesn't do anything anything, and they get the certificates, and then we ask about something. Let's say they install something, and then they have no idea what to do, or where to see when they are troubleshooting. So we have decided that to uh, like give the certificates who completes the sessions. Complete the sessions means install and uh, provide us a proof that they have worked on that. Like even even some of people doesn't even know where the manuals are. So um, that kind of idea. So all will have to install, like I'm asking asking you to install until it's okay to install until standalone, but you will have to configure your Mailgate. You will have to configure your Mailgate and uh, send me uh, three screenshots to my mail. Rename them like 123, 123, and your name, and it's of your like your RT file and your this home page home page I want to see like two queues two queues, and what one is escalated like this one, like let's say this create, and also I didn't mention how to escalate one. Okay, here let me go to first page again. Okay, I am working on this issue. I am taking this ticket and I want to this is level 1 support in Q1 support. So I want to create a new ticket to L2 support people for to us work on this or whatever. So I want to escalate this ticket. So I'm gonna do, here you can see some tab colon links. I'm gonna go create and request here request is me, because someone from outside requested me like L1 support, asked from L1 support to do this, and let's see I can't do that. So I am asking other level, like person upper level person to work on this. So I am doing like, hi, can you see this? Actually use proper way to uh, type email when you are escalating. Here I am only using this kind of thing, this kind of typing to show you. And I am assigning L2 support, and if you want you can assign some person here. You can assign some person here. So you can do creating this one and go to home page. Now you can see pending ticket, and here you can see I was working on this issue. It is in L2 support, also a new one. Then you resolve this, and actually you will have to refresh in the site, and then again it's you can you can do resolving thing, and here ticket ticket is resolved, and then you won't be able to see the ticket anymore, but the ticket is in your system. Okay, I want to see, actually I want to means I want you to send me three screenshots, like your RT site conf file, and a ticket with pending state. Pending state means while ago I did some escalating thing. I want to see some escalated ticket from level 1 to level 2, and I want to see your command you use to send your mail into the system. Okay, and Actually still there is 1 hour left. You, if you have anything, you can ask. Otherwise, we can remain the meeting here, and we can do installing in your systems, and you can ask where you get stuck, or you can ask or post your problems in the WhatsApp group we have created for the problems in this workshop. Uh, so do you have any questions? So actually, can I please review the screenshot needed? Actually, I will post them in the manual at the end of the manual. So you will have to send those screenshots to my mail. Otherwise, I won't be able to mark your name as uh, completed in this session. That's it. I will post how to and what to send to me at the end of the manual. If you want any help to configure web server and mailget, please feel free to contact me. It's totally okay. If you have no, wait, let's go to our manual. Mm, here in the manual, uh, I have entered some screenshots here. Here, if you install and didn't change the password, then the default password, the user and passwords are user is root and password is password. So use those credentials only for testing purposes. I am repeating again, only for testing purposes. Change your passwords if you are using or installing for your institute. And here, as I said, this is the brand new window, and your admin options, and how to uh, I have mentioned here how to create a user and a group, and then add in the users for groups and all, and create a queue, and then how it is shown under queue list. um, and the user rights according to queues. Actually, you will have to, it's not enough to scroll down in this manual. You will have to go through all the tabs and see what's happening when you do something in those tabs. And also here I have changed my theme color. And also this is what I have mentioned here is like, after clicking a queue, I have changed the user rights. Here I think you can see properly because it's another color there. So also here I have mentioned how to create a ticket from inside, as I showed that to you. Also adding subjects. Subject means CC persons, and subject and the body, and then how you see under newest unknown tickets. Because if you, let's say, there are tickets and you get the tickets, that then other people will not be able to see the tickets, those those that you owned. So also here I have mentioned you the um, command I used to send a mail. Only for this is for your reference. Here again I have told you, if you are managing RT institutional level, then you will have to announce a email for to your people to send the complaints. Here I am using only testing purposes and changing the status of the ticket, and here you will see I told you what we can do with action button, and here the things I described earlier, and how you can see the history, and this is for reply, and when we scroll down, when you click on reply, you will be able to like untick them or tick, however as you prefer, and here also I have to show you this one. Wait. Also I have to show you this one. Okay. If I want to update multiple tickets, let's say I want to see new tickets, then edit search, you know what is searching, and here bulk update. If I want to update those as a bulk, you can go to the tickets, like, let me repeat it again. I'm gonna go to like resolve all these at once. So I am going to go to this newest unknown ticket, and I want to, let's say I want to resolve all these, then I am clicking on bulk update. If you want to resolve or do any other change to something, just tick the ones you want or update, or I'm gonna do bulk update here. Let's say I'm not gonna update this. Okay, so I want to, let's say, low Q. I'm gonna resolve all these all together. If you want to add comments, and if you want to do these kind of things, you can do changes, and here I am only going to resolve this update. Okay, now you can see the changes. It says ticket date, status change to new to resolve, and general to L1 support. So you can see what happened here up on the page. And now let's go to home page. You can't see any tickets I updated just now, because they are all solved, but they are not deleted, they are only solved, and they are in your database. So that's how do bulk updating. Let me go to our manual page. This is our manual page. We talked about that. We talked about merging things and escalating tickets, and escalating tickets by mean that, like, level 1, level 2 tickets. Here I have shown you what to do. and you can see this pending ticket thing, and this is for changing your theme color or logo. And here the thing I told you earlier, like there when you are using, let's say you have added some local resolving DNS to do local resolving in your etc host file. So if you have added your IP in RT site conf file, then the window, like your browser will say something like they are like, we are saying that possible cross-site request for the message. So you will see something like that, but it's not something very serious thing. But you will have to change your server IP to whatever the thing you use in your RT site conf file. So please check when you are using the IP or your local DNS resolving thing. Check and use that properly. So otherwise, when you are like when you are using some tabs, or when creating or selecting some tabs, or when creating like users or queues or groups, there you will see some error message, it's more like a warning message than an error message. So you will have to go and check the RT site conf and change to the proper configurations. Like mostly it says, let's say actually I made their mistake when I was installing, like I used server IP instead of server DNS, local resolving DNS in there. So it said me to change into the DNS I used. So when I changed into the DNS, it worked properly. Uh, so again, if you are using standalone mode, please don't disable Apache. Uh, it's better if you can configure Apache Web Server also. It's kind of tough sometimes, cause when installing Apache, sometimes it gives some errors, so we'll have to do troubleshooting. If you need any help, you can send me a message, or you can post in our WhatsApp group. So change I mean test this standalone mode, and go through this one, and you will have to configure. Actually there are no many things to configure here, because most of the things are done automatically here. So you will have to install this and do until this standalone mode thing. And it's better if you can install web server and do other things, it's so much better. Also actually you will have to configure Mailgate. You will have to configure Mailgate. If you want to install POSIX, you can go to a manual here. So you will have to send a mail from outside and let it create a ticket inside of your RT system. So I want to see a ticket there, and I will post and update this manual, what to send to me, and what I want to, what I want you to send me as a as the proof. Um, so that's all. If you have any questions, you can post here. I got this. Okay. If you have any questions, you can message me or to our WhatsApp group. Um, please feel free to post the your problems in the WhatsApp group. Then, if we are away from our mobile, or if we are not there, then other guys can answer your questions. So it's totally okay if you are not comfortable posting in there, but it's better to post your problems there, because if you post there, the others will learn from that. So um, that's all. If you have any question, you can send into the chat. And thank you. If you have no any questions, let's end this session from this day 3 from here. And if you have anything, please post questions, your problems in our group, and then we will able to answer you. And thank you. Let's meet tomorrow.